Hey, it's the No Playbook Podcast. This is the show where I talk with the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts from East Tennessee. Typically, the interviews are about 15 to 20 minutes and from all levels of sports, to pro, college, and high school. But today, very different episode. I got a ton of folks featuring on this podcast today. I was invited to be a part of the High School Baseball Media Day here in East Tennessee, as they're about to kick off their season next week. You can actually check out the show notes for this episode if you want to see the full list of guests in order for how they're going to go on this episode of the podcast. But what you're going to hear is those players and coaches that I spoke to from Baseball Media Day. And I'll tell you, they go quickly. They're short interviews, and they go just one after another. It all kicks off with the AD, the athletic director from Pellissippi State, as they're about to add baseball to their list of sports for next season. So I'll get to him. His name is Brock Evans. It all kicks off right after this. Sit tight.
D1 is the place for the athlete. When you join the D1 team, you don't just go to a gym. You're part of a team, a family.
Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family.
If you're looking for a place to get better, to improve, to strive for the goals that you have, then D1 might be the right place for you. Book your free one-on-one assessment today. Don't wait.
D1.
Learn more about area facilities in Hardin Valley and Blount County at d1training.com. Ben Cash Photography turns passion into art, specializing in world-class sports photography. Ben Cash is a former college baseball player with over a decade of experience capturing the essence of athleticism. From local high schools to the SEC, Ben is now taking game reservations to cover events from all over East Tennessee. You can connect with Ben on social media. That's where you can see his full portfolio. Ben Cash Photography, where every shot is a masterpiece. Book your game coverage today and let the memories live forever.
Okay, Brock Evans, Pellissippi State. Talk about, you just got up and got to speak to this group about what you are expecting. And I believe one of the things I told you was, if you guys get baseball, 5 years, national championship.
Putting a lot on me there.
I mean, anything less is a failure, yeah.
No,
And that would all come back on the AD.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but just talk about how exciting it is to have baseball coming to Pelly.
Yeah. So it is. It's huge. And like I said up there, I talked very early on with my president about what could be possible in this area with baseball, and we have so much talent. I mean, you heard the speaker before me talking about how many Major League Baseball student athletes came from this area. And then, a couple of those names I heard, I know came from the junior college ranks, Ben Joyce, et cetera. So, I think that's something that we're going to provide to the area. Give kids an option to stay within Knoxville, stay within East Tennessee. It's going to be exciting.
I'm Hudson. I'm with Catholic Baseball.
Are you a senior?
Yes.
Okay. Start by telling me the most exciting part of a baseball season. You've been through several so far. What is your favorite?
My favorite would probably just hang out with my brothers, playing games for like 9 weeks, the end of school. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Have you been a part of any recruiting process so far?
Yes. I'm actually committed to Virginia Tech, or I've already signed.
Right on. Who else locally is playing up there?
No one anymore.
I was thinking of Landis from Farragut.
Yeah, not anymore though.
Okay. You pretty excited about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked.
Like Blacksburg?
Yeah, it's really nice up there.
Yeah. So not too terribly far from Blacksburg is the Tri-Cities, Tennessee area.
Yeah.
So we've got a D1 about to open up there.
Oh, okay.
So what kind of training do you do off season? Speed, agility, quickness, strength, that kind of stuff?
I do a little bit of everything. I really focus on the strength part, like more heavy lifting, I guess you call it, just because I feel like that's the best way to prepare.
Yeah. What's the best part of your game?
That's a good question. I feel like I can kind of do it all pretty good, like normally. So I feel like I can move positions easily. I can hit for power or contact. Just any way I can help.
Now here's a fun one. On your team, do you have a sister?
I do, yes.
Okay. Tell me one player that you would not want to date her.
My best friend Aiden Alexander.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, he's not. He's not getting near her.
My name is Brady Scott, and I'm from Sevier County High School.
I'm Christian Hoffman, Sevier County High School.
Okay, so are you guys both seniors?
Yes, sir.
So,
How many seniors on the team this year?
We got 8.
8. That's a lot of seniors. That's it's pretty good. Have you guys experienced any kind of recruiting so far?
Yeah, I'll be going to Walter State.
a little bit, but I'm not sure where I'll be going.
Okay. Are you eyeing baseball though?
Baseball or just going to school.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. So what was the recruiting process like for you? Was that exciting or a hassle or what?
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting for sure, but like at the same time, like when I found somewhere, I mean, I knew Walter State was the way to go.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about Pellissippi starting baseball very soon?
I mean, I think that's a good idea. I mean, yeah, they need a field and stuff like that. So I don't think they have that yet, do they? Yeah, so I think that'd be good.
Yeah, just with so much talent around here, I'm like, I would be super surprised if they don't succeed right away. You said there's 8 seniors. That's really surprising. Who would you say on the team would be the best coach?
Catcher for sure.
The catcher?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bridger Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, probably Bridger or Brady. We're both going Walter State.
Okay. How about this? One player on the team, we'll have a fun question. One player on the team that could most easily talk their way out of a speeding ticket.
Who are we going with?
You and Bridger.
Bridger Hamilton, sure.
Okay.
Bridger Hamilton.
Right on, guys. Best of luck this season. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, man.
Oh, and this is Riley. Riley, it's Casey.
Riley, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Would you guys just real quick say your name and who you're with?
Riley Mahan, Bearden High School.
Brooks Wright, Bearden Baseball.
Excellent, guys. How excited are you to be here? The first ever media event like this here.
This is really cool.
Baseball.
Yeah, this is really cool. Never been here before, never heard of it, but so far it's been a really cool experience.
Yeah.
Having a good time. It was cool to hear everyone talk so far, so it's been fun.
Yeah. So, have you been? Are you through the recruiting process?
Yeah.
Okay. Where have you committed anywhere?
No, sir, not yet.
No. How's that recruiting process been for you?
It's been good. It's been fun. Just planning out a little bit longer before I commit anywhere.
So one of the things that I am very interested in, since teams can't start official practice until like right before the season, really, is what is a thing that I know, Brooks, I know you're working super hard before the season, but is there anything you see with some of your teammates or even in your own experience that's tough when the season starts? Does it take a while for you to get that focus or your speed back or stamina, anything like that?
Yeah, no, it's just a lack of focus is a huge thing with some of the younger guys, especially they who have never been through a real spring practice and season. They don't really realize you start February 12th this year, February 12th, and you play a week later. So that lack of focus really can get you.
Have you experienced that?
Never really like that because I tend to work all year round on baseball in the summer, but I think it just like the speed of the game coming back takes minutes to get used to it again after just not having that like full practice for the whole year.
Yeah. So do either of you have a sister?
Yes, both.
Both of us do.
Did I already give you this question? No, maybe not. This is always a fun question. Tell me one player on the team that you would not want to date your sister.
Matt Schruffel,
That was so fast.
Yeah.
actually, or Reese Thomas.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
Brooks still thinking.
I'm just trying to go through all the options here. I'm not leaving anybody out. Isaiah Whited.
He's like, no, he can date my sister. That's fine. So I'm with D1 training.
Okay.
We've got our podcast. We actually do a lot of work with Austin East.
Okay, yeah, with the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Coach Mays.
yeah,
We've enjoyed doing a lot of stuff with them.
yeah. Plus he's not there no more, but we hate that. He did really good work for the program.
What did? I'm sorry.
Coach Mays.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He stepped down this past year, and so they haven't announced who the new hire is going to be. But I mean, he did a phenomenal job with the program. Really, I felt like brought the community back into what they had going on up there, and really set it up, I think, for the future.
Yeah, and they got a playoff win too.
They did. They got a playoff win, made it to the second round, and was really huge. It had been a while since they had.
But then it was Alcoa, and that's tough for anybody, right?
It's tough for everybody. Tough for everybody, but I think he did they had a pretty good season. I thought I was really impressed with how they finished the season pretty strong.
So on a baseball standpoint, obviously coming from D1, that perspective, I'm curious, what is a struggle that you see when you finally get access to the kids that like, do they come back with sometimes something that you struggle with their stamina? Is it their speed has been lost, their focus, anything like that?
Yeah, our biggest struggle when we come back is, I mean, our kids in our community just don't play enough. A lot of times when they come to our program, there's first time players probably played when they were younger, not used to the speed of the game at the high school level. And so when they finish the season in May, uh, their next time picking up a glove is February. And it's like, just not having enough reps. And so we got to spend a lot of time really honing back in on those basic fundamentals just to get ourselves ready to compete to get to that point that we were or at once we get closer to the end of the season.
Yeah, and that's got to be tough too because other teams sometimes are hitting the ground running.
Oh yeah,
right with game one, so that's got to be tough.
Yeah, but I mean, excited for what we're doing with the play day Saturday. I think this is the first time that I know of we be participating in the play day to be able to get some games in and then have 3 weeks to get ready for our first season. So that'll help because our kids now know what to expect when they get to that first game. And so that's something we haven't been doing in the past. So really excited, to get those reps in so that it's not new when we touch the field in March.
I'm Andrew Hill, and I'm with Central High School.
All right, man. So are you a senior this year?
I am, yes.
Talk about this coming up season.
A lot of guessing of what it'll be like because we're a young team. We only have 3 seniors this year, so we're kind of like, just wondering what it will be like. And last year we won the district tournament, made it to regions, and got put out really fast. So I think what we're looking at right now is just like we're still going to be young and just continuing to get better.
So as one of the 3 seniors, are you grabbing onto like a leadership role this year?
Yeah. So I've been on varsity for all my 4 years, and it's kind of like I've been that guy for the past 2 or 3 years. So
does that come naturally to you, that leadership?
yeah, I would say it does. Yeah.
Cool. All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Can I get you? Bring it on in.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? All right, say your name and you're with Central.
Yes, sir. Miles Johnson. I'm with Central High School.
Okay. What are your thoughts about high school NIL?
High school NIL. My dad, he's always talking to me about it, but I've never looked into it too much. But maybe it's something that I should start giving a second glance. But
Have any of the players on your team been a part of that yet?
no, sir, they have not. But I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna figure it out.
I'm Jason Lambert. I'm with Loudon High School.
So, Coach, obviously with us at D1, one of the things I like to hear from coaches is like, because you can't start practice until right at the season, like 2 weeks before. So what's kind of a pain point for coaches? What's something is it their stamina, speed, or is it like focus right when you get back to things?
When they get to us, there's a lot of our guys have been with us since September. So, we do a lot of training throughout that whole time frame. We're in the weight room, we're on the track doing speed and agility work. We're doing pitching and catching stuff in the winter. But really, like the biggest pain point for us when they get to us is just getting refocused back into doing baseball activity. They spend themselves so much time in the weight room and things like that. They kind of get into just like a training perspective at all times. But for us, it's getting them back into, getting their brain activated for baseball work. So, yeah, I guess it would be like the focus area of the baseball element of the game.
What is your favorite part of the whole season?
Competition. That's the best part of it for me. So, the grueling times of the winter can be tough for both coaches and athletes. So as soon as it starts to warm up, we get back out on the field. That's when things starting to liven up a little bit. And then, as soon as that season starts, you're working towards an ultimate goal to see how far you can go. So, really that build up, the crescendo of the season helps us get to where we're at and then excited for playoff time.
How about rivalry games? Do those really fuel you when you get into those?
I would think more so for the fans and the athletes. It's important from a coaching perspective to try to stay kind of in the medium, not to get too high, not get too low throughout the game. Help try to be the voice of reason for our kids because they're teenagers.
Right.
They can sometimes become a little bit too emotional on the good side and the bad side of it. So the rivalry games are always fun because the energy is up. But from a coaching perspective, I try to be the calm and cool and collected, focused one throughout the game.
Gotcha. All right, Coach. Thank you so much for the time. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. So first, say your name and who you're with.
Aaron Simmons, Lenore City High School.
So, Coach, I was just talking with a Loudon coach, and he was just talking a lot of trash about your program and just. I'm just kidding. No, but I wonder. I am curious about like baseball rivalries. If that's a thing that like fuels you and your players, or if it's just another game, really.
It does. Loudon, Lenore City's always been a huge rivalry. This is year 4 for me being in the program. The biggest thing now is we're now district opponents as well.
Yeah.
And so it makes it more of an intense atmosphere. The kids enjoy it, both sides. It's almost like on both sides, you see them just kind of spark just a little bit more each game they play each other.
Yeah.
And as the innings go on, it gets even more and more intense. So it's a fun rivalry with them. Coach Lambert does a great job with them. At the end of the day, we're both having a good time. So, yeah.
What are your thoughts on high school NIL?
It can be a good thing. It can be a crazy thing. Depending on the kid and what their needs need to be met. At times kids these days do need a little bit of help with programs sometimes that have the essentials they need, and they help other companies as well. I get that. I've had a player in the past, still currently have him. That's on a small one, and it is what it is. We keep it pretty silent, and he does his part, and he doesn't let it affect him, and doesn't bring around the locker room, and let it bother anybody else. And so they kind of.
We've done some work with Will Height in the past.
Correct, and he plays for me, and so the NILs, it is what it is. If you're trying to help a certain company, this and that, market. I get the whole entire picture.
Yeah.
So as long as they don't let them affect themselves as a player, because they're still growing too. Don't let it be bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, certain players have done a good part of that. So.
My name's Caleb Member, Powell High School Baseball.
Lucas Mays, Powell High School Baseball.
Ryan Satterfield, Powell High School Baseball.
Are you guys any of you seniors?
I'm a senior, yes.
Yeah, how many seniors are on the squad this year?
About 8 or 9 of us.
Wow, that's a lot of seniors. Do you feel the need to kind of grab onto any sort of leadership role?
Absolutely. I mean, especially being an upperclassman, being a senior and juniors. I mean, we're expected to lead this team this year and just take responsibility.
Yeah. So when you were freshmen, did you see anything from the seniors that really, I guess, sparked an inspiration for you coming into the season that you want to kind of take now that you're upperclassmen?
Yeah, me and Lucas, we played freshman year, so they kind of took us under their wing, so we kind of learned a lot from them.
Yeah, it was a great senior class that year, and watching them do what they did that season was pretty great to watch. So, kind of trying to recreate that is the goal.
That's great. So here's a real softball. Favorite baseball movie?
I'm gonna go Moneyball. Moneyball.
Heck yeah.
I
don't know how much of it's real, like accurate, but who cares? Yeah.
You got to stay basic, Sandlot.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Major League.
That's a great one. I think Moneyball might actually be the best, though, now that you mention it. I mean, Field of Dreams is phenomenal. You haven't seen that. I love Bull Durham.
Isaiah Slavin Clinton.
So just talk about this upcoming season for Clinton.
I'm just really excited for it, especially with all the guys we have. We got Harrison next to me, and people on our team are just really excited for this season. Just show people what we can do.
Now, Pearson, why did you kind of shove him in the direction of the podcast? Are you mic shy or what?
Man, I pushed him over here. He's more of a public speaker than I am. He loves to talk. He loves to talk his head off.
That face he just made was good. This is a podcast. It's not a TV interview. So let me have let's see a couple fun questions for you guys. How about on your team, who's the funniest player?
I would have to say Sam Rayleigh.
I'd have to say Sam Rayleigh too, yeah.
Okay. How about who is going to play baseball the longest, do you think?
I think it'd be me or the guy next to me, Isaiah Slavin.
I was going to say Harrison.
We're both committed to college. We're both looking forward to going on to play at the next level.
Where are you two committed?
I'm committed to Carson Newman University.
And I'm committed to Mars Hill.
What was the recruiting process for you guys? Was that something that you super enjoyed, or was it a hassle?
Well, I really enjoyed it. I really loved talking to the coaches, seeing how their minds of playing baseball almost were like the same as mine. It started slow for me at first, but towards the senior year, it really start kicking in gear.
It was the same thing for me. It was really slow, especially going to my senior year. You know, after going to some camps, and I got in touch with them, and finally, you know, I was like, you know, this is where I want to go, and I kind of just pursued it, and I got it. So that's where I'm going.
Right on. Well, thank you guys so much. Best of luck this season.
Thank you too.
I'm Isaac Hunter. I'm with West.
I'm Mason Dugan. I also go to West.
All right, guys. How's this season going to go for you?
Hopefully good. We've had some really good team practices. Morale is high, so I'm excited for the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. We got some guys that love to work, and I think we're gonna have a fun season.
Have you been through any recruiting so far?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I'm a sophomore, so this summer will be big for me as that starts to open up.
How's that feel being a sophomore but invited to come to the media day event?
I'm really grateful for the opportunity and the trust that my coach has put in me.
That's pretty cool. So you're probably going to get a lot of stuff that are similar questions. So how about a fun question? What's your favorite baseball movie?
A movie? I don't know. There's a lot of movies out there.
There's a lot of good baseball.
Probably Bull Durham.
That's a heck of a film.
I gotta go with the classic. I gotta go with Sandlot.
Sandlot is so good.
Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year. That's what I was thinking.
That's a good one.
That's a great one. So fun. Who's your favorite major league team?
The Cubs.
Okay.
The Braves.
Braves. Right on. How about a favorite player? Do you have one?
I have to go with Dansby Swanson, actually.
Okay.
Mine's Chris Bryant.
I'm Griffin Saunders. I'm from Webb.
Blake Carter, I'm from Webb.
Okay, guys. Have y'all been through any kind of recruiting experience so far?
Yeah, I'm going to Lipscomb to play baseball next year.
And I haven't been doing as much. Still working on it.
Do you want to play college ball?
Maybe a little bit. So I don't really know yet.
Are you seniors?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many other seniors are there?
6.
5 more other than us.
It's a pretty solid group of leadership.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Okay. What do you think is the most exciting part of the baseball season?
I think, especially this year, getting to play with the guys that we've grown up with, playing with our whole lives. That's what I'm most looking forward to this year.
And I mean, finally getting to be in like a huge leadership role and being to kind of control the team and just grow with those guys that we've been around with even more.
Well, obviously, your coach selected you to come to this media day, so you've got some leadership qualities. What do you like? How do you do that? Is it?
I'd say lead by example, and also just kind of like make sure you're encouraging everybody else around you to like not mainly follow you, but just kind of work up themselves and make sure they're putting in effort as well.
What's your?
Just setting the standard and showing them that this is the way it's going to be. We got to follow the same path. We want to get to the same goal.
Yeah. So now Lipscomb, what was it about that place that made you decide this is where I want to spend my next few years?
Definitely their out of conference schedule. They play a lot of SEC teams, ACC teams. They've gone back to back for conference championships and have a good program, and it's a good place to be. And I love the coaches there.
Robbie Bennett, Coach Bennett. I'm from Heritage High School.
Coach, I'm really excited about getting down. So D1 training, we're about to open a facility in Blount County.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you familiar with D1?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I guess the facility over, is it in Carnes area?
yeah, Hardin Valley right now. So actually one of my questions for coaches is, what is a pain point for you as a coach as you're coming into the season? Since you don't have access to these guys until right before season starts pretty much, do you see players sometimes coming in with lack of focus or stamina or speed, agility, stuff they've lost from last season?
I don't think so, because I mean, a lot of us, we're doing pitchers, we're doing throwing programs, and we've got strength and conditioning programs going on during the day throughout the school year. So I think we're pretty focused, but any extra training is always good.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on high school NIL just overall?
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
No.
I see some grins with your players here.
I mean, I guess I'm the old school. I've been doing it too long. I think the amateurism is what makes high school sports pure.
Yeah. Have you thought down the road, like obviously it's a lot of stuff's messed up with college sports, transfer portal? Is there any fear of anything like that with high school sports?
I mean, when you're talking about high school NIL, it's more of kids being able to work camps. I mean, it's not really like the college NIL in high school. It's more of a guy can work a tournament and you can pay him, or he can give lessons at your facility. It's things like that.
Yeah.
I think they took a little far in high school last year as far as not being like college level.
Yeah.
So
We have used several athletes at D1, basically just making them like influencers, folks that already work out with us, just kind of using their platform to post it, just because all these kids have such an influence on social media. So that certainly helps.
And I know that with the high school thing last year, I don't think it was explained very well when it come. So everybody was afraid that they were going to get somebody ineligible. So there's still a lot of gray area in the high school when it comes to that rule.
I had athletic directors call me and quiz me to make sure I knew the rules so that I wasn't going to get one of their players in trouble.
Yes, I'm an athletic director, so when it come out when we were in that meeting, like I said, we took it more as because used to you couldn't pay kids to work a camp, or they couldn't go work a camp, or they couldn't give lessons. Like if you got a kid that's a Division I athlete, they couldn't give lessons and get paid for it, or they were violating TSAA policy. So that's what they opened it up for, and then it kind of spiraled into something else, I think.
Yeah. So as the athletic director, I just had Chloe Heath on my podcast.
Yes.
So she was great, great guest.
Great kid, great shooter. She's just a junior too, so we've got her back again next year. So just a great kid. I mean, she don't say a whole lot, so you have to kind of pull that information out of her. But like I said, she's a leader on the court. She works hard, and like I said, anytime you have good kids playing for you, it's always a good thing.
Okay.
Which we ended well last year, so we'll see.
Can I get you guys in here? Tell your name.
Tyler Hatzit.
Okay.
Aiden Smith.
Okay, you guys are with Heritage. First up, really hard-hitting question. What's your favorite baseball movie?
I'd have to go with The Sandlot.
Okay.
Benchwarmers.
Benchwarmers. I haven't even seen Benchwarmers. Is that with the guy from Napoleon Dynamite? Okay. Right on. So what would you say is probably the most exciting part of the season for you?
So I'd say we got a lot of young guys coming up, and they don't have the most experience, but I feel like as the season progresses, I feel like they got a lot to prove, obviously, but there's some really talented young guys that we have to show this year. It's pretty exciting.
I gotta agree with what he said. Young guys coming up, working hard, just working their tail off to prove themselves, and being able to see that and help them through their journey.
So what year are you guys?
We're both seniors.
Okay. How many seniors are on the team?
6, I believe.
Okay, that's not bad. But if you really tried to grab onto a leadership role?
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's the thing with these young guys. I mean, like they have a lot of talent, but they just don't have that experience. So like me and Aiden over here, like we've been here before, so we can kind of direct and guide them.
Is there any bit of advice that you'd like to? Let's say there's a super talented freshman even coming in. Like, what's a bit of advice you could give them as they're coming into the full high school season?
Make sure that you enjoy it. It doesn't last that long. I mean, it's only 4 years, and you'll never get that back. Make sure you have fun with the game. Don't get too caught up in everything, and stay mentally tough.
Excellent. Good advice. Who's your number one rival, you think?
I'd say William Blunt still.
Even though they're not in our district this year.
Yeah, that stinks. But is Maryville?
Maryville's definitely a rivalry, that's for sure. But I'd say William Blunt's our number one rival.
Is that just because it's a Blount County school? Okay.
They're our sister school.
Yeah. I'm a Maryville resident, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't want to mention this early, but I went to Maryville High School.
Yeah.
Is that okay? When I mentioned that to Chloe Heath, she grumbled and threw stuff at me.
Would have had to step off when you said you're from William Blunt.
Okay.
My name's Brody Trawick. I'm with Pigeon Forge High School.
I'm Trevor Myers. I'm with Pigeon Forge High School.
Okay. Have either of you guys gone through a recruiting experience yet?
Somewhat, yes, with a few smaller schools around here.
Yeah. Same with me. A few smaller schools.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about Pellissippi getting baseball here?
And I love it. It's great. I think both of us just want to go where we can play. Doesn't matter where.
Yeah, it's very exciting. New opportunities for everybody.
Yeah. And their teams they had this season, soccer and volleyball, they a lot of success. So it's pretty exciting getting to see them have that opportunity with all the talent around here in East Tennessee.
Man, they're doing a great job around here with the community too. It's just building every year.
Yeah.
All right.
So talk about Pigeon Forge this season. What can we expect?
Very young team, but I think we're gonna get the job done this year.
Piggyback off what he said, we're very young, but we always find a way. It's Pigeon Forge. We always find our way down there. I feel like every year for sure.
So, what would you say is the most exciting part of the season for you?
I would just think all the new faces, seeing all these new guys from our rival school, Superior County. Most of them came from there. So
who's the number one rival?
Uh, I'd say probably Superior County.
we don't play them much.
We
but
don't play
it's
them
definitely
this year,
Superior County.
but usually it is Superior County. That's a big game.
Is there somebody that you've even seen here at this media day that you hate to play against?
Yeah, I'll shout out Brady Scott from Superior County. Man, I hate facing him. He's a wicked lefty on the mound. It's great. About 86, 87. He's going down to Walters. He's
Yeah.
real good, real crafty.
Yeah, I'm a lefty, so lefty-lefty
Yeah.
matchup. It's not fun. Not fun for me.
Right.
Yeah. The ball moves everywhere.
So, fun question I've asked a couple people. Name one player on your team that you think could easily talk their way out of a speeding ticket.
Ooh. I'm going to go with the guy right next to me. I'm going to go Brody. I think he's got
What's your tactic going to be?
Just, I don't even know.
You whip the tears out, or
Maybe. If I have to, yeah.
I think I'd whip out like a sob story, like a sad
Yeah.
story. Say like,
Yeah.
hey,
Sob story. Like,
I really got to go to the bathroom? Maybe that'll work.
man, I'm just pushing it because I got to go. Right.
yeah.
What do you think? Do you think you're the top guy to talk the way out?
Maybe Trevin. I don't know.
I mean, I think I can talk my way out of it for sure. I've got my way out of the ticket actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew the guy, so
Okay.
so that helped.
Small town, that always helps.
Very small town, yes.
Speaking of the small town, in Pigeon Forge, what are your thoughts of living in a place that's such a tourist spot?
I think it's a great opportunity. It's awesome. I would recommend anyone that would want to play baseball and have a good experience in the community to come to Pigeon Forge. It's great. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's great unless you hate traffic. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say. It's a lot of traffic.
What's the worst traffic time for you?
Right after school.
I would say right after any time in the summer, rod runs. I mean, 5:30. 5:30.
I would imagine Christmas time around that Tanger outlet too.
Oh yeah, down by the Christmas place. 30 minutes to get from there to like Titanic.
Sir, I'm Hayden Mills, and I'm from Gibbs High School. Talon Owens, Gibbs High School.
All right, guys. How's this season going to look for you guys?
I think it'd be pretty good. We got a bunch of returners. I mean, of course, we lost to Riley Byers and Braden Graves last year, but we should be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be good. I think there's going to be like a new sense of like leadership in the locker room this year. So this should be fun.
Are you guys seniors?
Yes, sir.
Now, is that a role, talk about leadership, that you are grabbing onto?
Definitely. It'd be big this year.
How do you do that?
I mean, we've all been playing with each other since middle school. It's like our 7th, 8th year together. So just naturally we have that chemistry together. So we're just looking to lead the team.
Yeah. Do you remember anything from when you were a freshman that like the seniors kind of bestowed onto you that you want to take as a leader now?
Definitely the workouts. We used to, even on off days and on weekends, we used to train together on the football field and the turf all the time.
Yeah, they were really good at just leading. I mean, we won state that year, obviously. So it was just very important team. We all obviously want to get back there.
Yeah. Obviously, with D1 training, I'm curious about like off-season training because it's so important. What do you guys do to keep your body and your mind all focused?
I stay working out over the off season. I played football this past season, so that helped a lot too. And really, I work on speed training too.
Okay.
Main thing for me has just always been working out, staying healthy.
Drew Patterson, Carnes High School.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming. How exciting is this? First ever media days for baseball.
Absolutely. This is really cool. ETCBA does a great job. Really good group of guys, really good group of coaches trying to just get the area out there and the talent out there and how good Knoxville baseball is. And even surrounding Knoxville, East Tennessee baseball is just awesome. They do a really good job kind of bringing everybody together, and it's really fun to be a part of.
Yeah. So we're neighbors with us being in Hardin Valley.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. I'm new to the area. I moved up here from Cherokee High School last year. So, we've been trying to kind of fill the area out a little bit and see what kind of works best for us. But yeah, we see y'all quite often.
Yeah, I bet. Right on the road.
A lot of guys that kind of come over there and do some stuff. So they enjoy it pretty well.
So actually to that, one of my questions is before the season, I know you guys don't get full access to the players until like a couple weeks before. What is a pain point for coaches that you see? Is it their stamina, their speed, their focus that you got to struggle to get on point before you really start the season?
I think the biggest thing in the fall is just, weight room, conditioning, making sure guys are in shape to be able to start that season come the time we're able to start. But I think a big thing what we try to do, I guess, speak for myself and speak what we do in my program is, kind of just really, really hammer the weight room, really hammer like team meeting as far as like, situational stuff, plays and stuff like that we're going to run. We try to do that as far as like chalk talk, making sure we're going over everything before that way when we hit the field that we're able to go full bore and get things done and at a better pace because they kind of know what's expected.
Yeah. Real quick, what do you think about high school NIL?
I don't think I'm well knowledgeable enough about this subject to really give you a great answer. I guess there is certain reasons where I can understand an athlete being paid. But at the same time, we're still high school athletes, and I think it's important to want to be able to play for your school and want to play for your buddies and your family and stuff. So I think my viewpoint is I guess you could argue either way, but I'm gonna lean more on the traditional side and play for the pride on the jersey.
Yeah. Actually, at D1, it's given me a different perspective on it because at first, I was kind of bullish about, this is silly, but I see players like Brooks Wright, one of the kids around here from Bearden. He's at D1 every chance he gets. So this kid's in school, he's playing baseball, practicing, and when he doesn't have time to do that, he's training to make himself better. Yeah. So like a kid like that doesn't have time to have a job. Like when I was in school, I had a job along with playing sports and stuff. And if you're doing all that extra stuff, I guess I could totally see why it has some value.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean that kid you're talking about there he's an absolute phenom. He's a really good player in this area. That's why he's going to Tennessee. The kid's really good, and he's got a tremendous work ethic that I've saw from across the interstate there. So, but yeah, I think it's important for kids to be able to have resources like you guys to be able to go to if the weight room schools get closed. Or, if we're have an off day and they want to get some extra work in, I think those are great resources for those kids to be able to use.
Maddox Myers with Fulton. Travis Ballinger with Fulton.
Right on. What year are you guys in school?
Junior.
Okay. How many seniors do you have on the team this year?
One.
One senior. That's got to be tough. So I'd imagine some of the juniors might have to take some of that leadership role this year. Have you guys grabbed onto that?
Yeah, definitely. We had two seniors on the team last year, and so it's just it's not that I guess unnormal for us. We're kind of used to it, but the juniors, most of us, this is our third year on the team, and so we know what it's like to have to step up and bring the energy every day.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, just helping all the young guys and just being like a leader on the team is fun.
What kind of off-season training do you do? Are you familiar with D1? D1 training? Okay. So that's kind of what we do. We work with so many athletes. Do you guys go through like speed, agility, quickness, strength training in the off-season?
Yeah, we do all of that. We focus on speed because we're a little smaller than others, but we do that. We do weightlifting too. Yeah. So in the fall, we have to get 6 weeks in on the field of like workouts, and then we go to the weight room. And speed, agility, calisthenics, like all that. Just kind of the identity we're trying to take on is be a really good base running team. And just be pesky on the bases and just kind of annoy teams because that's how we're gonna have to win ball games this year.
Just annoying the heck out of them.
Yeah. Put the defense under pressure and make them make plays.
First, tell your name and who you're with.
Jude Dixon and Carter. Clayton Cummings with Carter. Senior.
Okay. How many seniors on the squad this year?
Just us two.
Wow. So that leadership role is really fallen on you, okay?
Yeah.
Is it been something that's come naturally?
Yeah. I feel like I've been a leader my whole life.
Yeah. What's your like style? Is it like lead by example, or are you like a loud guy, or
Just kind of loud, kind of tough love, just really pushing them to be the best that they can.
Yeah.
Same, pushing them to be the best they can.
Now, how about before a big game? What do you do to get hype? Is it music? Is it meditating, or what do you go with?
Music.
Okay. Like what?
More of a rap kind of guy, maybe some country.
Okay.
I like a good old speech.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of your go-tos?
Let's go out here and play the best we can, just be the best base block.
Oh, so giving speeches, not listening to. So, do you know the name Jim Valvano?
I do not.
Okay, Jimmy V. So he gives one of the best speeches ever. It's on ESPN. They play it every year in November, I think. He was dying of cancer, and he was I think it was the ESPYs, and he gave up. And they like, when they give you the light, he was like, "You guys, I've got 3 months to live. You're not gonna get me off the stage." And he gives the most amazing speech. You got to watch that if you're a speech guy, because it'll blow your hair back. So talk about Carter coming into the season. What's it gonna look like?
We're going to be really young, but we're just going to have to work together and try to be the best we can. Yeah.
Yep. Same way. We're just young. That's how it is. Yep.
So what about in the off season? What is it specifically that you try to work on really hard?
Speed, lifting weights, getting stronger.
Okay.
Yeah, weightlifting, getting better in the field, getting better in the box.
Got it. That's the kind of things that we work with at D1 is helping athletes with all that kind of stuff. Well, guys, best of luck this season. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much for checking out the episode. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you go follow me on TikTok and Instagram at NoPlaybookPod.